Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you feeling a bit stuck? Like you're just going through the motions, waiting for something to click? We've all been there. That feeling that there's more out there for you, a bigger purpose, a passion you're meant to follow, but you just don't know how to find it or where to start. Sometimes all it takes is one powerful idea, one story, one moment of clarity to change everything. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to explore some of the most transformative motivational talks that have the power to relight that fire inside you. These aren't just speeches. They're roadmaps to rediscovering your drive and transforming your life. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get ready to ignite your passion. First up, a talk that has inspired millions. Simon Sinek's How Great Leaders Inspire Action. You've probably heard of the Golden Circle, but let's really break down why it's so revolutionary. Sinek argues that most people and companies communicate from the outside in. They tell you what they do, maybe how they do it, but very rarely why they do it. But the most inspiring leaders in organizations, from Apple to Martin Luther King Jr., do the exact opposite. They start with their why. The why is your purpose, your cause, your belief. It's the very reason you exist. When you can articulate your why, you tap into a deeper part of the brain that drives behavior and decision-making. Think about your own life. Do you know your why? Why do you get out of bed in the morning, beyond just paying the bills? Finding that why is the first step to building a life of fulfillment. It's the difference between having a job and having a calling. Sinek's talk forces you to ask this fundamental question. And once you have your answer, everything else starts to fall into place. Your actions, your goals, your entire direction becomes aligned with your core purpose. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. And that applies to your personal life just as much as it does to business. When you lead with your why, you attract people who believe what you believe. And that's how you build a movement, or simply a life filled with passion. Next, let's talk about vulnerability. It's a word that makes a lot of us uncomfortable, right? We see it as a weakness. But Brené Brown, a research professor who has spent decades studying courage, vulnerability, and shame, completely flips that idea on its head in her talk, The Power of Vulnerability. This is one of the most watched TED Talks of all time, and for good reason. Brown discovered that the one thing that connects all of us, the thing that makes us human, is the feeling that we're not good enough. And our fear of that feeling makes us build walls around ourselves. We numb ourselves to avoid feeling vulnerable. But here's the game changer. Brown's research shows that you cannot selectively numb emotion. When you numb the bad stuff like fear, shame, and disappointment, you also numb the good stuff. You numb joy, gratitude, and happiness. Vulnerability, she argues, is not weakness. It's our most accurate measure of courage. It's the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. It's being willing to show up and be seen when you have no control over the outcome. Think about it. Falling in love, starting a business, sharing a creative idea, it all requires immense vulnerability. Her talk gives you permission to be imperfect, to be authentic, and to embrace the messy, beautiful reality of being human. It's a powerful reminder that true connection and a wholehearted life only happen when we have the courage to be vulnerable. Now, let's shift gears from the emotional to the practical. How many times have you set a big, audacious goal, only to feel completely overwhelmed and give up? This is where B.J. Fogg's work on tiny habits comes in. His philosophy is simple but incredibly effective. The best way to create massive change is through tiny, ridiculously easy habits. Forget trying to go from couch potato to running a marathon overnight. Fogg says that's a recipe for failure because it relies too much on motivation, which is notoriously unreliable. Instead, he suggests you make the new habit so small you can't say no. Want to floss every day? Start by flossing just one tooth. Want to read more? Read one sentence? Want to exercise? Do 2 push-ups after you use the bathroom. The key is to anchor your new tiny habit to an existing routine, like brushing your teeth or making coffee. This is the anchor behavior celebration model. After you do your tiny habit, you immediately celebrate. Give yourself a fist pump, say, "Awesome." Out loud, do a little happy dance. This positive reinforcement wires the new habit into your brain, making it automatic. Over time, these tiny habits grow naturally. Flossing one tooth becomes flossing all of them. Reading one sentence becomes a chapter. It's a powerful, sustainable way to build momentum and achieve those big goals without the stress and burnout. All right, what if the problem isn't your habits, but your mindset? This brings us to Carol Dweck and her groundbreaking research on the power of yet. In her talk, Dweck introduces the concept of 2 mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Someone with a fixed mindset believes their abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed traits. They have a certain amount, and that's it. So, when they fail, they see it as a verdict on their capabilities. It's devastating. On the other hand, someone with a growth mindset believes that their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They see failure not as a dead end, but as a wake-up call, an opportunity to learn and grow. The power lies in one simple word, yet. I'm not good at math, yet. I can't figure this out, yet. This tiny word transforms the way we see challenges. It creates a path to the future and puts you on a learning curve. Dweck's research shows that students who are taught a growth mindset show a dramatic increase in their grades and motivation. This isn't just for kids either. Adopting a growth mindset as an adult can revolutionize your career, your relationships, and your personal development. It frees you from the tyranny of trying to look smart all the time, and instead allows you to focus on the joy of getting smarter. So the next time you're struggling, just add that one little word to your thoughts and see how it changes everything. Now for a question that haunts many of us. What is my life's purpose? It's a huge, intimidating question. But what if the answer isn't something you find, but something you build? That's the core message of Elizabeth Gilbert's talk, Your Elusive Creative Genius. Yes, the same Elizabeth Gilbert who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. In this talk, she tackles the immense pressure we put on ourselves to be geniuses. Historically, people believed that genius was a separate, divine entity that visited you and gave you ideas. The artist was just the vessel. But in the Renaissance, this shifted, and we started believing the individual was the genius. This put an impossible burden on creators, leading to so much anxiety and self-destruction. Gilbert suggests we go back to the old way of thinking. Separate yourself from your work. Don't be a genius. Have a genius. See your creativity as something that works through you, not from you. This simple shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. It takes the pressure off. If your work fails, it's not a reflection of your worth. Maybe your genius just didn't show up that day. And if it succeeds, you can enjoy it without your ego getting in the way. Her message is to just keep showing up, do your part of the work, and let the mysterious force of inspiration do its part. It's a beautiful way to approach any passion project, freeing you from the fear of not being good enough and allowing you to just enjoy the process of creating. Finally, let's talk about grit. Angela Duckworth defines it in her talk. Grit, the power of passion and perseverance, as the one quality that is a significant predictor of success. It's not talent, it's not IQ, it's not social intelligence, it's grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. It's having stamina. It's sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Duckworth's research looked at West Point cadets, National Spelling Bee contestants, and rookie teachers in tough neighborhoods. In every single context, the grittier individuals were the ones who ultimately succeeded. The good news? Grit isn't a fixed trait. It can be developed. And a huge part of developing grit is having a growth mindset, which ties back perfectly to Carol Dweck's work. When you believe you can improve, you're more likely to persevere through setbacks. So, how can you build your grit? Find something you are truly passionate about, something that aligns with your why, as Simon Sinek would say. Then, practice deliberately. Focus on improving your weaknesses every single day, and cultivate hope and resilience. Know that failure is part of the process, and that your effort will eventually pay off. So there you have it. 6 powerful ideas from 6 incredible talks that can genuinely change your perspective. Start with your why. Embrace vulnerability. Build tiny habits. Cultivate a growth mindset. Find your creative genius and develop your grit. These aren't just quick fixes. They are fundamental principles for building a passionate, purposeful, and resilient life. I encourage you to watch these full talks. The links will be in the description below. Let them sink in. Pick one idea that resonates with you the most and start applying it today. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Go out and find it. You have the power to transform your life, and sometimes all it takes is the right message at the right time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this has sparked something in you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next one. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these talks is your favorite? Or is there another motivational talk that has changed your life? Share it with the community. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and go ignite that passion.